Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. I am back from my 9-day trip to Hawaii, back in Southern California with my crystal clear audio and cowlick of a hairline. And I want to thank everyone for the 37th birthday wishes. That's right. These LED lights are working hard on me over here. Got some sun damage. I appreciate everyone that's wished me so much love. We're going to get into this story, Blake's Stagecoach redemption. But first, you have to post a basic birthday photo. This was from a nice little beach we found in Hawaii there. And, of course, you guys know I've been just crushing it on Tasha's TikTok here. I'm not going to play the audio because there it is. But, your boy, I was in a bamboo forest. I'm doing my thing. Kind of doing it. Just boy, couldn't be any lower. No, anyway, we had fun. So anyway, thank you guys so much for all the love you've sent. 2 p.m. today Pacific time. I'm going to do a birthday live stream just to say thanks. We'll just talk some trash. 2 p.m. Pacific time today. And also, excuse me, Monday night tonight, I've got a show at the Haha Comedy Club in North Hollywood. And the 12th, on Thursday, next Thursday, I've got a show at the Nightcap, which is in Burbank, California. If you want to come out, it's going to be a fun time. Now, I'm going to get into this Blake story, but I've been covering Johnny Depp, and a wild thing happened over the weekend, yesterday specifically, where I had a video go viral. I mean, I'm talking viral. It's now the biggest video I've ever made on my Dave Neal Show channel. And check this out, 331,000 views, and it's still getting 35 to 4,800 views per hour. Just absolute wild stuff. 2,400 new subscribers and $1,000 ad revenue. This is on the Dave Neal Show, 81 times higher than normal. So I'm going to be making content, as I've done, regarding the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. If you don't know anything about it, you can go check out my content. If you enjoy what I'm doing over here, it's the same exact thing over there. I just switched the background a little bit, and we have different subject matters. But anyway, you can go check that out. I'll be covering it for the next couple of weeks, probably for a long time, actually. So, Stagecoach. Here's who we saw. We got Hannah Brown at Stagecoach, which is the countrified version of Coachella. It's deep fried Coachella. There we have nice happy couples there. Katie Thurston with a nice country bondage, as she doesn't want to be tied down, if you know what I mean. Some other ladies there, Hunter and Co. Is that Cassidy? Who's that? In Cassidy, and then on the right we have Kate from the Oppenheim group. Who's watching Selling Sunset? Love that show. Cassie Randolph showed up. What does she got there? A nice little camper in the background. Tommy Bahama is the Cadillac of beach chairs. Blake, we met at Stagecoach, which is just great. Great merch there. Looking good. Good arms. The guy's been working out. He's been skipping carbs. We're going to get into Blake's performance in a second there. And then we have, others. There's Cassidy. Is that Cassidy? And JoJo and friends. All right, so a lot of people at Stagecoach. So here's a clip of Blake at Stagecoach. So there's obviously country musicians. I went to Coachella a few years ago and saw Chris Stapleton, who's, more of a Stagecoach vibe anyway. But there's a honky-tonk tent. Now, Blake got to play. And this is a huge redemption for Blake, as you can see here for my title, Blake's Stagecoach Redemption. Blake says, full circle. I can't express the love I feel for the thousands that came out last night. I've never felt energy like that. Stagecoach is something special, and that honky-tonk tent was like nothing I have seen. And it begs the question about recovering from adversity. Is if we have a short mindset. A lot of you guys are new, started watching my channel this year. Blake went through hell and back in 2019. Before we knew what the coronavirus was or the pandemic, 2019, Blake was essentially, and I don't say this lightly, is sort of soft Me Too'd on a spectrum. I would say falsely. He was sort of accused of leading on Kaylin during Bachelor in Paradise, and was framed and edited in a way as if he was emotionally manipulating or lying to get sex or all these different things. This all went down. You can go watch it all. And now he's out here living his best life at Stagecoach. So why is Stagecoach important? Well, Stagecoach was the scene in which he several years ago committed these atrocities he was accused of committing, which essentially was turned out to be just having consensual sex with 2 different women on 2 different nights. Blake reveals why he doesn't regret releasing Kaylin Miller Key's texts after Bachelor in Paradise drama. So, of course, just to catch you guys up, back in 2019, the 31-year-old DJ made headlines when he posted his pre-show text messages with Kaylin while season 6 of Bachelor in Paradise was airing. In the messages, Blake and Kaylin arranged to hook up at Stagecoach one night after he had sex with fellow contestant Christina Schulman. So this was a big deal because this wasn't the narrative that was painted against him. So he felt like he needed to, and a lot of people were upset. A lot of people were really, really upset that he would share personal text messages. But he said, hey, look, here's the DMs. You want the receipts? Here's the evidence. You know what I mean?
You can't handle
like he was just saying, hey, this is not what went down. What you're seeing, what people are saying is not what went down, and here's the proof. So now, several years later, he recovers from that mess that really, we don't like to just like lightly throw around the term PTSD, but he was publicly shamed, ostracized, and several years later, still scarred from it, but at the same time says, I don't regret sharing the text messages, and here they were. He's in blue. She says, come loosen up. He says, don't tell me to chill. She said, let's just have a good time, man. He said, again, that's what you all say. She says, I just ordered an Uber. He says, liar. She says, I'm not. He says, we can cuddle, but no sex. And she says, yes, sex, only sex. He says, I have willpower. She says, no cuddling. He says, willpower. She says, yo, we both know that's not true. And anyway, it goes on and on. So these text messages existed and were aired to show, no, look, you know, what's being aired and portrayed about me. It's one thing to edit someone and be like, oh, this is the villain. He gets drunk, or this person, champagne explodes on their face. These are light things. But to be accused of maybe two-timing someone or leading them on or this or that, that's just not what, I think it was hard to see at the time. And boy, everyone was fighting over it. But I think most people can agree it was probably the right thing to do. Leave a comment, let me know. So here's Blake. That was Blake then, and here's Blake now. Same concert venue at Coachella Valley, but 3 years later. A lot can change in 3 years. So here's all the posts of Blake headlining his concert here. I can't really play the audio. Stagecoach or Vegas? Hard to tell, Blake. So he's crushing it. Now, I'm pretty critical in some ways of DJs because, like, look, as a stand-up comedian, we have to get an audience to laugh, to clap, whereas a DJ can just, like, hit a button, steam comes up and he goes, make some noise. The place goes crazy. Get it loud. I can't, like, tell a joke. Oh, yeah, and then my doctor said, no, thank you. Make some noise. I can't. I have to, you guys have to. But anyway, the art of DJing is obviously way more difficult than just that. But, a lot of the work is done pre-show. So once you hit the buttons, there isn't too much to do. There's lighting cues, you know what I mean? They're not doing too much. So you got to entertain the crowd. So Blake's gotten really good at that. And, he knows his market. His market is essentially Katie Thurston types. And God bless you, Katie Thurston, because I'm in the same bandwagon. But his market is like playing like, oh boy, we're going to mix Kid Rock with, Blink 182. All the small thing, I totally get it. I get jazzed for that. So there they are, and he was sharing some of the clips from Stagecoach. And of course, the best part of Stagecoach, Coachella, is when you can stay at a nice place is really the lounge time. The actual festival to me is just kind of like aggressive because it's like a full day event in the desert. But there's Noah, of course, living his best porn star lifestyle. Colton Underwood was there, rolled through to watch Blake do his thing. So. Is that even Colton? Is that Blake? I don't even know. Blake stole the show, says Haley Kate. Says Blake stole the show. So clearly a big redemption. And for those that are like wondering, Coachella and Stagecoach, there's like something like 3 to 5 different stages. There's the giant main stage, which is like where, the Metallicas, the giant, see how old I am, bands play. The Kanye, not this year. And then there's the little honky tonk stage and the smaller venues which are it's kind of like the hierarchy. It's kind of like the Titanic, where it's like you got the bigger events, the ballroom happening, but the real fun is where the Irish are getting drunk, like 4 floors below the deck. So there's Blake hanging out with all the plebeians in the tent, having a good time. And then, of course, doing the sponsorship deal. So he's crushing it. Here's what was posted. I didn't comment this. Here's what was posted in 2019 by Blake regarding Stagecoach. So we see where he is now, but it wasn't as easygoing just 3 years ago. To say paradise was rough for me is an understatement. I have no one to blame but myself for that. It's not easy putting yourself and all of your mistakes out there for the world to see. No matter the difference all of us had on that beach, I will always have respect for each and every one of you, being brave enough to be yourselves and chase the love we all feel we deserve. Never forget that we're all human and not characters on television. I want to thank those of you that have sent me kind words and encouraging messages. Those have helped more than you will ever know. I hope that this is not the end of my story and I can look back at this summer and be grateful for the lessons learned and the friends made. Hashtag be kind. Stagecoach responded, hang in there. 2020 is right around the corner. And boy, little did we know what 2020 had store for us. 2 years later, Blake there on stage as the pandemic comes to an end, whatever version of it is that we're in now, and he is able to dominate that stage. So anyway, one of those good stories that like no moment in life defines us, and we can always transcend our darkest times, and it's good to see him doing that. Not many people in Bachelor Nation have creative talents like Blake's DJing. Not many, a lot of them, their influencerships dry up because you need a tangible product to sell, whether it be a DJ or a musician or a photographer. Like you need something other than having just been on the show, being a good interviewer, things like that. So Blake's found his niche, and he really is the only DJ to come out of Bachelor Nation. As we saw, I don't know if you guys remember DJ Pauly D from Jersey Shore, Rhode Island's proud DJ Pauly D. He was opening for Britney Spears, and if you have a following and you can find a way to monetize that, being a DJ is one of those ways, because essentially you got to be good at your job, but also you got to put butts in seats, or in this case, in the honky tonk tent. And Blake did just that. More content coming your way. I have a live stream happening at 10 a.m. today, Pacific time, behind the scenes, patreon.com/Dave Neal. If you want to be a part of the private membership only community, and a 2 p.m. Pacific time, very busy today, 2 p.m. Pacific time, public live stream, thanking you guys for all the birthday wishes. So we'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye, everybody.